That's the thing I wanted to ask everyone. I don't know why, but many people like me, so which is a good thing. So I'm always happy to come to the Brazil because I know many people are loving me. So whenever there's a chance, like any event or to do something good with the Brazil fans, then I'm always happy.
You don't know why? Maybe because you're a world champion?
Because like, maybe they only watch the world.
Welcome back to the LTA Lounge plus Core. I don't know why.
People like
But people just love me all the time. It's great.
Something about me.
It's perfect.
Magnetic personality.
It'd be really
Or a
funny if
couple
this
world
came directly after the clip of Blaber's being like, yeah, they kind of hate us here.
We're about to head into Game 3 of C9 versus TL. Winner goes to the final against 100 Thieves. We're going to take a quick look back at what's happened so far in the series because Game 1 was one of the most action-packed games we've seen all year in the LTA in terms of actual number of team fights.
In the early portions of the game, in like the first 15 minutes, it was constant scrapping, and that was something that Spawn had mentioned constantly. It's like, hey, we're trying to keep it fast, tempo. We wanted to keep it our style and play towards it, and they did that in the first game.
My big thing in this was that this is such a TL composition, right? Like, especially with the APA Lillia and then sliding the Corki on bot lane so that they can still do their mid-game turret destruction thing, even while having to take so many of these fights. But APA's rocks in so many of these are either zoning someone off or blowing a flash or catching a crucial carry. He's so comfortable and so confident on this champion. It's no wonder that they heavily prioritized it for this game.
Now we're into Game 2 where Cloud9 bounced back.
And Game 1, UmTi, great game. This game, that moment right there, right when we hopped into the highlight reel, that was where we were all like, oh no, UmTi went a little too far. And then this is a very different look for TL. So I think that we're seeing Game 1, they were playing fun. You saw Yeon's reaction cam having fun with it. Game 2, maybe the stress is getting a little bit more to them, who's to say, but this fight was rough.
Yeah, and I just want to go back a little bit to Game 1, simply just mentioning the fact that like the prep you have to just allow Kalista to go through, a pick that has just basically been permaban the entire split long, and then having the Nautilus, the Lillia, and all that scrappy game. Go into this game, it's like more controlled, and I thought it was a really difficult game for UmTi to be able to play because your Vi just diving straight into a Rakan, Zinzao, like that was really difficult for him.
Yeah, and as we see, this is from Game 1, and then we're going to see Game 2 shortly. I really want to talk about Loki a bit because you see his damage here on the Azir. I think he had kind of a rough game in this game, was forcing a lot of things in teamfights that did not work out. But in this game, he was so good, coming in on the flank, really playing around with the fog, with their fog, and then the invisibility that Aurora has. He was amazing in these teamfights.
It was insane, you're right, because this game seemed like Yeon was going to basically carry them to a series win with Azir. You got like the unofficial quadra kill through Vodacon, so I was like, okay, you may not get that credit, but you are the strongest member here. But then the first flank that Aurora was able to get in the Dragon fight, or at least it was a topside fight, and then immediately afterwards, when observers were like kind of showing fog, I was like, wait a minute. I saw a glimpse of him in the like Raptors camp. So I was like, it's insane. It was. So it was impossible, it felt like, for Yeon to be able to play the game later on.
Absolutely. And now we're moving into the decisive Game 3. Winner will play against 100 Thieves. This is a quick look at the bracket. 100 Thieves upset FlyQuest in their 3-game series. Team Liquid now going to Game 3, so we're getting maximum amount of games here in the LTA. And all of us did predict Cloud9 to win the series. A couple of us 2-1, a couple of us 2-0, with the caveat that Team Liquid could reach back to the form that they showed last year. I feel like in Game 1 they did that. Last game, they were a little bit less coordinated, specifically UmTi a little bit. But I'd say like Cloud9 to me has just improved a lot.
Yeah.
Loki has been performing better than JoJo was performing for them last split. Blaber seems to be in better sync with the rest of his team. And I think Zven coming into that roster has also grounded them a little bit. But it's that fast versus slow thing as well, where I think this last game was a little bit more to C9's pace.
100%. And not only just mentioning Zven's strengths, of course, coming into the team, like the feedback that he gives, but also just his individual play has been really strong. A lot of people kind of undersold him because of the split with Dignitas, but it feels like what he's able to show right now is top-level performances.
Yeah, and in game 2, this is kind of where, and my prediction's already toast, right, at 2-0
Yeah.
But like, that game was kind of what I was more expecting out of this series, right, where you do still see good things from TL. I think even in that game 2, you saw how they have made improvements from last week. However, C9's team fighting still is what takes them over the edge.
But that's what surprised me about Team Liquid, because when I was expecting how could they pick up wins, it wasn't through executing in team fights. Yes, that was a loss, but they almost, like the Vodacon fight, there were a couple other ones that were close. It seems like Team Liquid did show up to fight, and I'm happy that we get a newer look at Team Liquid, one that I didn't expect to see today, because they are answering C9 pound for pound in a lot of those fights. It's just the Aurora flanks were too much in that game in particular.
Kangas,
Yes.
are you flipping?
Am I flipping? Okay, I was 2-0 Cloud9, so I'm already wrong. I can't be right. But no, I'm going to commit to Cloud9. I actually still think that they can execute better in the team fights. And even if Yeon is playing out of his mind at this tournament, I think the team play of C9 is too much.
You guys flipping?
No, the one time I flipped, it was bad.
I'm not flipping.
I'm never doing it again. Raz, what about you?
I'm not flipping. This is a one game. I'm standing firm. This decides who gets to go to the finals. I think Cloud9 has this.
We'll have to see. I'm glad that we are getting top-tier League of Legends here to see who can make it to the Split 1 finals. Let's get to the casters to get us into the game.
Thank you, Jat. I think that's the first time Raz has ever uttered the phrase, I'm not flipping. A day of first here at the LTA.
So if his normal state is in flip, then is not flipping actually considered?
It is. Not flipping is actually flipping. Yeah, for Raz.
Actually, so got you there.
When you think
Checkmate.
About it.
Honestly, though, I'm so glad today has really been exciting. The first series of the day, 100 Thieves, FlyQuest, super exciting. Going full 3 games. This series as well, going full 3 games. You know, we get to really taste the fearless.
I mean, it's the dream, right? You want to have a competition where you can't tell who's going to win. It's just so much more fun when you have all of these teams that are competing at a high level, that are really pushing each other. It makes the league better. It makes the games better. It's just so much fun to watch. So now we're going to have to see who can come up big in this final game. Cloud9, you know, had the gold lead for almost the entire game, but, you know, they get an objective, then they get wiped, and kind of were like, oh, well, is Sion going to be able to come back and take over a fight? And then Loki was just like, nope, the game is ending. And just multiple fights in a row, boom, boom, boom.
Really, really good flanks, really good combos. He found Yeon over and over and over. You know, and at the beginning of the day, we were kind of talking, if you're playing a team game, you know, sometimes you can go with the strategy and, like, try and prey on the weakest member to like get in their mental and make them second guess, or you can just go straight at the best performing member.
The best member.
Yeah, just go for the best member. Loki says, yeah, Yeon, you've been carrying a lot. All right, I will delete you.
Why would you kill that level 4 Alistar when you can just kill level 16 Yeon?
There you go.
Easy peasy. Why did you guys think of that?
Thankfully for Fearless, Aurora will be banned and taken out this time around, so won't have that painful burst damage and invisibility to try and deal with, but we are going to get a little bit deeper here and jump right back into Champion Select and keep the momentum rolling.
Yes, sir. We're going to be heading into our final game of the day. The TL fans are showing up in force. We got some Cloud9 supporters out there, too, cheering on the squad here. Both these teams have some ties in Brazil, and the Sao Paulo fans have showed up to cheer their squads on. It's been a lot of fun, and I think we're setting up for hopefully a really good finals tomorrow. Moving on into the draft here very quickly. TL going to be starting it off, banning out the Zyra and the Yone. Taking away some of these picks. And we're going to have Maokai taken away here by C9. Trying to deny that potentially from UmTi. It was such a comfort pick for him last year, but I feel like he hasn't really been getting those tanks nearly as much this time around. Yeah, not a single Maokai so far this split.
Yeah. I know that they talked a bit, too, about some of the practice that they've undergone in trying a bunch of different styles and trying to look different in scrims. We'll see if that practice was in vain.
I'm kind of liking the tunes.
Yeah, feeling it?
Yeah,
getting into that
it.
Champ Select, the Champ Select vibes?
Yes, sir.
The Fearless vibes. Okay, so Gnar also taken out, one of Thanatos' primary champions. It's definitely a comfort ban right there for him. Take that off the table, basically keep that perma out of his hands.
Yeah, Renekton's still up, which is something I also really heavily associate with him, and has made it through the entire series. Not going to be banned out. Cassante is going to be banned out, though, and will be a first pick Ezreal here for TL. So one of those highly prized AD carries does make it all the way to Game 3, and it's going to be in Yeon's hands.
Yeah, I know a lot of the marksman players talk about in Fearless, they feel like the marksman pool has a steeper drop-off than some of the other roles, but we're only going like 3 games deep. We're not even going the full 5 games until tomorrow,
where we are definitely going
full 5 games into Fearless. But yeah, so wants to get his hands on the Ezreal here. Maybe it sets up CoreJJ for something that can roam around. Of course, Ezreal is always so safe, and Cloud9 answering back with a Wukong as of now, but nothing else yet. Ooh, honestly, reminding me that the Ziggs here still being up and available, a big takeaway from APA. He did pull it out already to great success. And when we had Adiland on the dive, he was like, in scrims, APA is blasting with the Ziggs, so always a good steal away for Cloud9 to take that.
And Zven has already played it twice. Was actually his most played coming into today on that bot lane. Had 2 picks on the Ziggs and then 1 on a bunch of others. Both of those were in wins. We can see UmTi going to be going over to the Lillia, which was one of those things that people were kind of debating. Is this a good pick for him or not last year? Especially when they were going up against FlyQuest Inspired, so well known for these heavy farming junglers. Rell going to be grabbed for core, so it's bot and jungle secured here, and likely the same match on the other side as Poppy's going to be secured, and we're assuming that will be Vulcans.
And I generally do like Lillia into Wukong because you're not playing like an AD threat, and Wukong does really well into a lot of the AD junglers with the passive stacking up. So we'll see how well he can handle that matchup this time around. So we get a little bit deeper though. Solo lanes kind of wide open here. So Cloud9 going to take the first shot and take the Jax off the board. Out of Impact's hands.
Adding up the couple games, we have no Ambessa, we have no Jace, we have no GP, we have no Rumble, we have no Cassante, no Jax, no Gnar. So to me, I'm thinking, things like Renekton. I'm thinking things like the Shen that were shown. Camille was another one I was gonna say, but that's gonna be banned out because Jax is considered a very good answer into the Camille, so could be seen as a protection ban, and TL will just answer by taking that off as a result.
Yeah, and I feel like TL do want to hover towards both of them kind of want to hover towards the AD, more AD heavy side, with the Ziggs and the Lillia usually both preferring to be solo APs on teams too. So we get even deeper here. Well, okay, the Cassio.
Do they ban the Renekton? That's kind of my question, because I feel like C9 might just grab it here on 4 if they don't take it away. Because like you said, they would like to maybe have some of those AD pairings. It's probably going to be an AP mid coming through, but instead it will be the Sylas ban that they are very concerned about.
Okay, take a lot of these options away, a lot of these playmaking Loki possibilities. They did the early Yone ban, Sylas ban as well. All right. We're gonna be I guess the Poppy's pretty flexible, honestly, and they can keep it hidden for a while.
Okay, so it is going to be the Ahri getting locked in here for Loki. So we have a bit of a playmaking duo there with the Wukong and the Ahri. The Ziggs, of course, is going to be going bot, but as you say, Poppy still could be flexed around to support or top, depending on the matchup here. It is going to be Impact picking blind, but that's kind of what he's done for most of his career. This is really his comfort zone. I'm going to be curious to see, is it just something like the Renekton that has that strength in lane, or does he go towards a tank? I would love the sign when you talked about, having some sort of an AD threat. Yeah, this is not a massive AD threat, but you can do quite a bit of physical damage, and does scale very well, absorbs a lot of bad matchups, great in the lane swap. I just think it's so versatile.
Definitely is. Always can go for the lane swaps. Keep that open as well. APA, generally they want him on something high DPS. For team fights has kind of been their recipe. That's not it though. That is a Galio possibility. This is much more normal for them. Okay, the Hwei comes in. They've got the classic Hwei and Ezreal, very long range for later. You can do a lot of poke shenanigans, and you have really good AoE setup here. Sion, Rell, Lillia, and Hwei here. So
I don't know if we're actually going to get it. Aatrox, a much more standard matchup for a pro, considered very good into tanks. They have a lot of sustain. You have the ability to be pretty annoying.
I know, he does love the Renekton, though. You can tell kind of hovering over there.
He almost got me with that.
Back to it, though. As you say, the Aatrox is so good at sustaining off of tanks.
Yep.
Going to be the angle there.
It is also really annoying for the Sion. Every time you start charging up your Q, he can just Q your Q and knock you up and kind of interrupt it. So you have to, yeah, you can still get it off, but it has to be those really quick snap ones for a little bit of damage. You can't just go for that full charge. Can be a frustrating matchup, definitely. But Impact, if he can stay strong on that top side, can get really, really tanky, create a ton of space there for the threats that are on his team. Of course, you mentioned it, Hwei, as well as the Ezreal. They've got the Lillia in there, too. Doesn't seem like the easiest Lillia game, but definitely think it's not a bad one. I mean, there is 3 melees over on the other side, and I guess if you get a lot of move speed and you're able to kind of like dodge charms, not get CC'd, maybe you can kind of survive in that way.
Yeah, I think that Lillia is going to be farming a lot and heading bottom sometimes. I am definitely looking at Loki, though, because Loki just hard carried with the Aurora and made a lot of really good flank plays. And the Ahri plus Wukong post level 6, that is a great mid jungle duo and can put a lot of threat on a low mobility carry like Hwei if your positioning is not really safe and really perfect there for him. So definitely, I'd say UmTi probably farm a lot and keep up some good vision and track Blaber.
What's your take on Hwei? How do you feel about it? Because some of the people I talk to are feeling, yeah, hey, this is really strong. It should be kind of interchangeable with all the other control mages. Some people I talk to, though, just feel like it's way too skill shot reliant, where it's, you can do kind of what an Orianna can or an Azir can, but you have to hit everything. And it's really difficult to be able to consistently do that, especially against a high mobility comp.
I think he pairs really well when you've got like Sion engage, Rell engage, and Lillia sleep following it. So there can be a lot of situations where your teammates can set you up to hit a lot of those abilities. In general, though, I also really think his range is a pretty big advantage in a lot of situations. Yeah. But again, that's why we highlight the positioning, because positioning is what makes a good Hwei versus a dead Hwei.
Yes, sir. Well said. We're going to be starting up final game of the day, the full 6. Chat Loki. That's an unedited photo, by the way. They took that as he was walking off stage.
That's normal. That's what he actually looked like this morning.
Yep, exactly. Pretty impressive. Heard that the cheekbones get even stronger after a performance like last one. TL looking for a little cheeky wraparound there. They are going to go in for the invade, but of course spotted out by Zven. Be able to grab a mana flow stack for himself. Feel nice about that as they're trying to fight for some of these deep lane swap boards. They clearly are trying to look for that. We'll see if they can actually pull it off. Yeon recalling in the brush will drop that ward very likely on the last second of his recall, I'm assuming. But perhaps he will not.
See if they can move this Sion around. Spam pinging. They're spam pinging retake blue quadrant right now.
Yeah, so everyone is heading up towards top, and you called it out, of course. Blaber is up there. Thanatos moving in as well. Impact is going to spot him. But both teams, a lot of international success. These are a lot of titles, a lot of trips to MSI, to Worlds. 2 of our teams that have done very well, time and time again. When we set them, we've had Cloud9 obviously get all the way to semifinals at Worlds. We've had TL make it all the way to the MSI finals. So there's some of the teams that, we can really try to count on. And these 2 teams battling for that 1 spot there at first stand. It will be a pretty delayed lane swap. I'm actually curious how many minions are going to be missed on bot side. Sion looks like he's going to get in range for all 3, so that's actually really well timed there. Impact barely able to get in range, but with a W start, those minions are going to die. Maybe not.
He got in range for one of the melees. Here we go. The other ones.
He should
short to follow.
Yeah, that's actually really great. So they had that timed out very well. I was wondering if they had it timed perfectly, because they clearly had to do a bit of a later swap to actually try to make this happen. Core spots Blaber. You can see that Thanatos just went immediately back to base and is walking out on top as he, I think, must have gotten chunked out. I was kind of watching the Sion, to be honest. And Core just being a little bit of a nuisance here, trying to chunk down Blaber, and is actually going to let the Ignite go. Thanatos here to cover, but does Blaber have to leave? Can he actually even finish this? Looks like he will be able to with the help of his top laner. And Core should just be able to walk this out, but the wave let's see the top wave. It looks like it is pushing away from Thanatos because of that crash. So now this is where you can try to zone Thanatos off. And this is where, Sion is going to have such an advantage. Obviously, Vulcan comes up here to try to lane 2v2, but Sion's just been soaking experience this whole time.
This lane swap has been so good for Team Liquid. And this is one of the points that a lot of people were talking about not being as big a point of power this season for them as they were last year. But this lane swap has been insane for them. Impact is level 3 on the Sion. Ooh. You already mentioned they're going to do a little teleport swap here. Get Zven over immediately as the wave was pushing away, and it was kind of hard for them. So get his teleport up there. Of course, we've got 6 teleports in this game, with both of the bottom laners taking it this time around. So a little bit more maneuverability there, but bottom wave about to crash, and Impact has been building a pretty big one there. So,
well, it's actually pushing away. It's pushing away from Thanatos. It's pushing towards Impact. So, Thanatos is actually in a horrible spot because Impact's about to hit 4, and the wave is pushing away from him. Thanatos is just hit 2. So one more minion and he hits 4, and now he has a 2-level advantage. Yes, Thanatos should be able to maybe get some help as Loki and APA battling out around mid as Blaber comes in to support here. Charm will connect, but don't think he has enough damage to finish him off. And it's just Thanatos been put in a very awkward spot. All this farm will be collected there by Impact, but flash forward by Vulcan, and they find Core. That's a quick first blood out of nowhere. Zven will claim it as well. They get the money right where they want it.
Really nice one right there. I'm still worried about bottom side, though, for the experience difference there for Thanatos versus Impact. But Blaber's not actually done. He's going to go over the wall.
UmTi is on the wrong side of town. We'll see if he can get out of there. Loki doesn't have much mana or health to work with, so UmTi takes away some of that and is just going to be able to walk out to safety. Bot lane definitely could be a problem, and these kind of matchups, especially when you're playing these bruiser-style champions that are supposed to get ahead early, you get behind a tank, sometimes it just feels like they're a brick wall. You really can't do much about it. And when it is, physical damage jungler plus physical damage top laner, you can go like early tabbies, early armor, and feel really good about your position.
Yeah, I mean, Impact going to be to an earlier level 6, and Sion ultimate is so good for some of these early objectives. We'll see if he can use the experience advantage and access to that ultimate to kind of get wins for the team, basically. You want to transfer that to the team. Meanwhile, on the other side, with that kill going to Zven, the Ziggs getting some early money, having some early big burst potential can definitely be a big one, because you already saw Vulcan very ready and willing to go for those flash plays. You can definitely get some big burst combos.
I mean, Poppy is such a fun support to watch because I really feel like you have to know your limits so well on this champion. You have to be willing to commit as soon as you see an angle. They give you a wall, you flash in, you find that combo, you 100-0 them. Otherwise, you don't always do a lot. And Zven going to be super happy about his first beast being a lost chapter. That just puts you in a great spot. But look at Loki, right as he TPs in, catches a full combo there, as well as a second Q from APA, and APA letting him know, taunting him a little bit there in mid lane as he does hit the Severing Bolt and chunks Loki down about 20% HP. He just TP'd back, so yeah, you can go back to base again. It is a cannon wave, but Hwei clears this out so quickly, you're going to lose a lot, and now Loki's in a bit of an awkward spot.
Yeah, and with the swaps and everybody having eyeballs on the supports, none of them are going to head on over, so should just be him scrapping together the rest of those, as Blaber was also on vision. So nothing really threatening APA here.
Impact moving up. They do know that Blaber is in the area, but Impact just taking away the honey fruit and trying to harass Blaber. This is actually great, because if you can keep him off of the dragon, meanwhile, Lillia is taking the grubs on top side. So if you can get grubs and then UmTi can move down to actually try to contest that, there's no angle at a trade. And Impact already making a great difference in this game here. Had to avoid saying Impact twice.
Yep.
Has the Bramble Vest and feeling
the classic.
Good. Yep.
That's transfer.
He almost got me that time.
Oh, we got another little invade here. APA trying to harass Blaber off of his Raptors.
Yeah. At what point does it become a big invade?
I'd say now. Now it becomes a big invade.
One camp is just like a...
It's big when you have the enemy jungle and support and mid laner.
Okay.
Three people, yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big.
That's a big one, taking away your red buff. Regardless, though, you were mentioning Impact, and that's exactly the type of play we were mentioning with using the experience advantage to help out the team and get some team wins there, because that one, they really felt overall for the side of Team Liquid. And Blaber, he was able to scrape together those Raptors, and now he's going to be able to get the rest of this Dragon as well. That should at least get him to his level 6, though the Lillia can be really hard to catch once the Lillia starts getting experience lead and starts getting some farm leads here. So still a full blue quadrant for UmTi to go back to, and he's set up quite nicely.
Credit to Thanatos, has caught up pretty much totally as far as the farm goes. Of course, still down a fair bit of experience, an entire level, in fact. Impact was nervous to walk forward, knowing that he was on the weak side of the map. They were doing grubs. He knows Blaber's down there. So he's basically just been soaking XP and not actually catching a lot of these minions.
The restraint to watch the cannon
to not
die.
kill yourself for a cannon.
Yeah.
I could never. I would have died for that for sure.
But
so, well, it might be Thanatos dying. He pops a World Ender only to watch his own screen turn gray. He's the one going back to the base as he's got the reinforcements. The patience for Old Man Impact pays off.
That's a big honor to the observers, because the observers right there just made a movie for us. We let the cannon die because you're going to get an Aatrox kill instead. Love it. Team Liquid with the swap back. This is the things that they did so well last year. It was all the mid-game swaps, and those mind games. You know, come through these lane ganks into the brush, get those surprise kills on swap.
Zven able to TP down to at least catch some of the farm and help to protect the tower, but they did get a plate, and of course Thanatos in a tough spot. Walks it up towards top lane, holds on to that teleport here, and sitting on a call field, but lots of armor already grabbed by Impact, and Impact is just going to be getting tankier and tankier and tankier. And will be very difficult to deal with, I think, as this game goes forward. Going to be interesting to see where he goes for his full first item, you know, if it is just towards the Unending Despair, because there is quite a bit of melee. You know, when you have 3+ melee, I almost always feel like it's worth it, you know, even with some of the nerfs going towards it. You just get a lot of value with that Drain Tank.
Yeah, certainly do. A lot of low range on the side of Cloud9, of course. Meanwhile, that deep ward back there, that control ward, going to last a long time as well. When they did their big invade with 3 members and Team Liquid.
I like the specificity there. Now that we've established it's a big invade.
Everyone knows what play we're talking about now because you marked it.
Yeah.
You created.
You're welcome.
You created a timestamp, Ezreal.
I did that for you at home watching. Yes, you. I'm talking to you.
The timestamp of the big invade. It's been something that's been so constant, though, has been the TL really deep vision here inside the jungle, trying to keep track of Blaber. And once again, we'll see, actually, topside, they're making a little play.
Yep, he's going to be turning into a big play as he's going to get knocked down, put to sleep. Go to bed, Thanatos.
Yeah, saw that one on the minimap. You know, a couple of getting pretty close over there to the Aatrox. Again, another play onto this Aatrox. This Aatrox has just been getting destroyed this game. The lane swap, the sneak, second swap back, and now the UmTi gank up there as well. This is a full level lead for the Lillia, by the way. The Lillia is getting dangerously close to the Leandries. Pretty quick first item.
Thanatos goes in. He's going to hit all 3 of the sweet spots, but not getting too much done. Impact feels like he can just stand and try to play for that cannon. Blaber moving up towards topside, but Vulcan finds UmTi. Does get the angle on the wall, stuns him against it, but in comes Core and APA. In comes the ulti as well from Impact, looking for Vulcan. Vulcan does flash, but is not going to be knocked up there. Blaber already over on the grubs. Thanatos trying to support him. Blaber in trouble, going to have to just clone over the wall. Won't even be able to get one as the Spiraling Despair takes him down incredibly low. Now the teleport coming in from Loki, who does have that first item finished. Zven is here on the side as well. They want to continue fighting for this. Will UmTi be pushed back? Blaber's not even around. Cloud9 realizes it's not a good fight to take. It is going to mean 6 grubs, though, going the way of Team Liquid.
That was actually a disaster for Cloud9 because TL already had people in movement. Their rotation already enacted while, you know, Vulcan and Blaber were fishing around to try and get a little pick. It's okay, the reinforcements were already here. Vulcan has to use everything to get out, and then Blaber tried to like sneak away a grub while they were chasing Vulcan. He's like, hey, distract them for long enough. But
Took him over here.
Yeah, he could not burn down a second pack of grubs. They're actually quite tanky, and then Blaber just gets annihilated. APA chunks him out of the back of the pit. So yeah, even though Ahri teleports in here, it's already too late because Vulcan and Blaber, who started this play going super deep on their weak side where their Aatrox is, are already both out of the fight. This was quite good by APA, big chunks on the Blaber. You know, he was able to hit his severing there with the ultimate slow as well, and then chase them all out. And so 6-pack of grubs.
Spawn's taking a break.
For Team Liquid. Yeah.
Come on, brother. You've been here every week.
I mean, yeah, not even a full week. Flew over and...
Come on, man. Can't even watch the games.
I guess job done. He's got this one wrapped up.
Getting a couple quick maps PoE in. We know.
UmTi, though, still at work here on the Lillia. Power farming, power counter jungling. And really making Blaber's life trouble. Let's see. I guess Dragon is up, but like they can continue to chase him. Yeah. TL continuing to chase here. Yeon's the only one going for a reset on the Ezreal. It's probably because he has full Trinity Force. He does. He's going to head straight there from base. So looks like Team Liquid should still be able to keep up their control. Blaber wants to at least poke around though.
We'll see. UmTi pops a potion, trying to regen some of that health. Blaber in the area first here, looking to try to sweep it out, but doesn't even spot the ward. The sweeper expired right as he got in range. Thanatos is just going to be so hard to actually make him relevant in this game. This is kind of one of those champions that goes to well from ahead, but Core finds an angle there. Flash Shattering Strike and the crash down onto Zven, forces Zven back to safety. That's his flash traded. Loki looks with it, but he doesn't find the charm. In goes Blaber with the Cyclone. Does get some good damage down on UmTi. Can't quite finish him off as he flashes out of that ulti, and they do get a kill over on the other side. The Feats of Warfare claimed there by Yeon. It's a shutdown, though, for Zven onto UmTi. UmTi stayed around, and Zven is just poking from the side here. Does get tagged by the Severing Bolt. He's getting low. The Dragon as well, down to 1500 HP. C9 looking to try to finish it off. We'll see if they can do just that. There's no smite available for Blaber, so Yeon is the one who grabs it. That is a bit of a disaster for Cloud9. Blaber must have used it during the fight.
Yeah, what did he use it on? We'll have to investigate after that one. But in the end, yeah, it ends up being a mid laner trade for a jungler trade, and they still get the Dragon on the side of Team Liquid. Yeon finished it off. Kind of crazy there, the way that fight's battle lines drew out, because Zven was the one who just rotated over a little bit later from mid lane, but UmTi was forced to flash towards their territory into kind of Zven's arms to avoid Zven's ultimate. So here's another look at it. Blaber flashed immediately over to the other side, but then Zven's ulti forces UmTi to flash, and then Zven says, okay, if you're running away from Loki,
catch that balloon.
Go catch that balloon. Loki sacrificed his flash to be able to do that, though. But the number one thing I was supposed to do in this replay was find where Blaber had smited, and the smite is already, according to Spectator, down.
Spawn's taking a break. Kobe's taking a break.
We gotta look back. We gotta go deeper. I think we gotta go deeper.
We need to replay the replay, but this time in slow motion.
Well, and start further back, maybe. Let's investigate. Yeah, he is not happy with the way that this one is going. No, TL were able to, I mean, they got the Dragon, still have their 6 grubs to help out with some of this tower destruction. They do want to get the first tower.
And I think I heard from the producers that he used it on the Lillia, so did use it in the fight. Maybe thought he had a second charge of that smite ready to go, but unfortunately didn't, and means Yeon did claim that Dragon, so not gonna be able to march it.
Thank you. Here we go. True investigated.
Lock in, Kobe, lock in.
And boom!
No smite secure, though.
With the Q.
Yeah.
Q, smite, maximum burst damage.
Yeah.
That was sick. Thank you, observers. Thank you, producers. Everybody came together on this one.
Round of applause, really. Great job, everyone.
Because honestly, if the producer just told you, then are we really sure they're not lying?
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they're shady.
We got proof.
They're shady producers. I wasn't going to say it, but since you brought it up, I agree with you, Kobe. Our producers are shady here at the LTA. Good point. We're going to be starting up the Rift Herald here. UmTi on it. Blaber around. We'll see who can find the angle for a fight. Vulcan has his flash ready to go, but he has been chunked down already. Thanatos fighting heavily here with Impact. We'll see if he can chase forward. Does still have the ulti available. Impact actually gets hit by that Deathbringer stance, down quite low now. APA looking on the side, but UmTi does grab the Herald as the rest of Cloud9 just have to watch it go down. They couldn't find a way in to find the fight.
Back here, he has finished his Unending Despair, but it's constantly a little punching bag down there. Doesn't matter, the rest of the team's taking care of business. They've got their objectives under control. Rift Herald mid should be able to finish off too. Nicely done from TL. I mean, this game really well controlled for them. We have seen a pretty wide variation in this series from game number 1's constant fighting and action all the way here, progressing to this one. A lot more control. The lane swap, really big advantage for Team Liquid. And nice last several minutes for them, actually.
And I'm honestly just so impressed by Thanatos, how he's been able to actually kind of battle back and still stay relevant in this. Yes, it is a good matchup, but he's up gold, right? Like from what was a terrible spot, he is still down, I want to say the better part of a level. We'll give him 2/3 of a level or so, but still, has been able to stay irrelevant, and we'll see if he can find an angle here. Vulcan going to be looking in, does find the heroic charge against the wall, but Impact has the shield ready. Ops the Soul Furnace is going to be able to walk angrily towards him as Yeon TP's in for support. Or does know someone's around there. I don't think he's going to face check this. He saw Blaber peeking out of the brush, but Thanatos does get interrupted there. Annoying for him, a bit of a tempo killer, but there's no push going on elsewhere on the map, so it is just going to be that, a bit of an annoyance.
Yeah, a couple of these times, I really like how well the TL coordination is showing in comms, where like it's been a couple different players at different times, but they don't rush the play, where they're already there, but just waiting for the other members to get close enough that then you can fully safely retake that tri-brush. That one was a pretty small one, but in the previous game,
small tri-brush.
Yeah,
or a small retake.
A small retake.
Okay. Yeah.
The tri-brush are generally the same size in my experience, but
maybe that's where the blue side advantage comes from. Bigger tri-brush.
Yeah, bigger tri-brush. It's not about the size of the tri-brush. It's about how you check it.
It's true.
And they checked it very safely.
Very safely. Nice. Yeah. With that small retake into the regular sized tri-brush, as we have established. Thanatos going to be pushing up here on top side. We'll say it's a little bit of a push as Blaber is going to come in. There's the lilting lullaby going to be used, put to sleep, but a nice rejection from Vulcan keeps Zven safe for now. He flashes out, but will he be able to survive? Got to block the bowling ball if they go for it. Can't find it. Zven limps out to safety. And we do know the True Shot Barrage is on cooldown, so he will be A-OK. Thanatos up on the top side, looking like he's doing a bit of proxying, but Loki does find a nice charm there onto CoreJJ. Will he commit the Spirit Rush? He's going to, but it's a spiraling despair. Thanatos flashing over the wall, trying to take him down. Can't connect. Falls. It's another charm, though. UmTi tries to get slammed to the wall. Doesn't actually find the angle. Vulcan now retreating here. Blaber's going to have to run as well, but Blaber fakes him out with the clone, goes back in, trying to target onto UmTi. Does he have the Nimbus Strike once more? Can he get in there? Flash out from Loki. He's hitting charm after charm, but he's just got no damage. Blaber using the Cyclone for the move speed, trying to get back in on UmTi, but he can't finish him off. And now in comes the cavalry. Yeon is there, going to try to knock down one. Loki does get safely back towards that top side as he teleports out. Blaber doing a good job wasting time. Is going to be able to tax the wave. Can't even smite the cannon. What's the point?
Yeah, honestly, it just keeps looking more and more difficult for Cloud9 to find the picks necessary for them to regain any sort of control of the map. TL are just set up with such good options for late game, with a mega tank scaling of their front line and mega range here with both Hwei and Ezreal. It seems so hard for Cloud9. They have to get so creative with looking for these surprise plays and picking people out and over chasing, but it really hasn't amounted to enough for them so far. And UmTi has done a good job on the Lillias with control as well, retaining his level lead over Blaber. So we'll see about Team Liquid as they move their way over towards this dragon. They currently actually have APA with no teleport on top side, so APA will have to walk the long walk down river.
Yeah, I'm just struggling to think, how do Cloud9 realistically in a team fight kill off the Sion, right? And if you can't kill off the Sion, then you have to try to fight around the Sion, which can become very, very difficult. Can definitely control a lot of space, has some pretty good CC. I will say, one small window is potentially that Yeon is playing teleport. There's no cleanse on him, so if you can actually find an angle in, hit a charm, maybe you make something happen. Zven, though, good little bit of poke there over onto Impact, who is still mostly on armor thus far. Impact going to be clearing out that wave as Vulcan's trying to see if there's any sort of a way in, but it doesn't really look like it. Blaber harassing them, but Thanatos is just pushing topside. APA, maybe the one looking for the best angle here, actually finds the fear. There's the Spiraling Spare. Loki going to go back in, forces the flash out with the charm. In goes UmTi, trying to find something as Loki retreats from the Severing Bolt. Blaber goes to sleep, and Yeon knocks him down, sends him 6 feet under. Thanatos coming in, pops the World Ender, but it's his world that's ending. Zven trying to help him out over the wall, but it's a triple for Yeon. It's a dragon for TL, and it's Voracious Otacon for dinner.
Oh, Team Liquid are eating good tonight. They get all the kills here on Cloud9. Nobody from TL drops. They have full coverage. They have a giant lead already, and so with that vision advantage, giant kind of chunk here from APA, again, it just looks like Cloud9, they have no ways in to this TL fortress that they've constructed.
Yeah, they are looking like a brick wall. Impact so tough to push past. Let's watch it one more time.
So, as you pointed out, APA on the control ward, waiting for his opportunity. Then he flashes the charm, and Ezreal ult is going to do some heavy lifting here too. Yeon fires it off. They get the kill onto Blaber. They chase through, and then even though Vulcan got the stun against the wall, nobody's around to follow it up. Thanatos is like, I'm on the way, but it takes too long to get past Impact. They return for the dragon, and you can tell. I mean, it's because, wow, look at that emotion, that scream. It's because this TL team have been criticized so heavily for basically this entire year. You know, since the very beginning, people were like, oh, not looking as good as last year. Oh, not looking as good as last year. Not looking as good even as the regular season. Coming here, getting a little iffy. And now, big bounce back. They hit the emergency glass. They bring Spawn over. Yeon, I would say, has been the golden boy, though. Throughout all the trials and tribulations, all of the struggles, still been performing.
That Ezreal record looking pretty golden, I must admit. 40-16 career on the pick. That is kind of crazy. Really one of his best picks for quite a long time at this point. And TL taking over the topside jungle, pushing through multiple lanes here as UmTi does take away the red buff. And you can see Impact down to that bot side. I mean, Blaber's been hovering behind him for so long, but Wukong Ahri, I just don't know if they can kill him, and now it's going to be Vulcan going to sleep alongside Thanatos. In goes UmTi trying to take him down. Vulcan slams him against the wall, but he's the one that's falling. In comes Impact with the unstoppable onslaught. Thanatos able to slide over the wall to safety, but they lose their support. They lose control here of that mid lane and of the top lane. These towers feel like they are sure to fall soon.
Yep, top and mid going down simultaneously. And look, Blaber is in the enemy jungle, counter jungling, just trying to scrape together any sort of income for Cloud9 as they just watch the world
getting aggressive here. Zven may have stepped too far forward. He's going to look for one more mystic shot. Can't quite find it. Doesn't want to give up the Otacon revive there. Zven did a great job clearing out the way, but it just doesn't even matter. They tank it up. They have 6 scrubs. They knock it down. Tier 2 falls in mid. Tier 2 falls in top. They do claim one Tier 1 tower back on that bottom side, but it is a 6,000 gold lead here for TL. 1 game away from a finals tomorrow against 100 Thieves, who already punched their ticket. Yes, sir, earlier here today against FlyQuest with a really good performance. So it's up to C9 to try to make some magic happen, or this one is going to be toast.
Yeah, certainly looks that way. I mean, at this point, Cloud9 almost can't even take one single spell of poke damage from the side of Team Liquid.
Yeah.
You've got the Leandries plus the Blackfire Torch fully completed for APA, Hwei, poke damage, so they got to go for some sort of surprise play.
Oh, they're going to look for UmTi. UmTi does have his flash available, but he's into the charm, and he's just burst down already. Do Cloud9 flip it now on the Baron. There's a spiraling spear, but there's no flash on APA, and APA is in trouble. They are fully committing to this. They're going to send it on the TL mid laner. They get UmTi, they get APA, and their eyes are on the Baron. Impact's going to TP in.
Are you kidding me? They find a pick when they need it most, and they're not done.
Loki finds the charm, but there's the turnaround. The crash down lands onto Loki. Loki's in a lot of trouble. Yeon trying to cut out on Thanatos as he pops the world ender, and he's looking to end Yeon's world. But on the other side, Impact is a brick wall. They do kill off the mid laner, and we see the survival there from CoreJJ. Impact's in the middle of everyone, but they just can't even hurt him. They have to try to fight past him and try to take down Yeon. Yeon is hitting Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot, as now CoreJJ has fallen as well. Great clone back, dodges the Mystic Shot. Impact gonna get slammed against the wall there by Vulcan, but Zven just can't get through him. It's Impact as the raid boss. They haven't even reached phase 2. He's still alive. The loop better be good for this one. It's 4 members. I don't even know if they can finish him. Flash forward from Thanatos. It's a shutdown. The Q3 onto the Ezreal. They don't get Impact, but they do get the Ezreal. But Impact bought so much time. They stave off disaster. They won't lose the Baron.
Cloud9, when they need it the most, they just camp on a brush and they pray. Hide on brush, works out. UmTi walks over too close. They immediately jump on him, and they know this has to be our window. We have to get as much as possible out of it, so they immediately flash on the Hwei, take down APA, and it looks good for them. But then, even the 3 remaining members of TL are so powerful here. CoreJJ walks right into Loki.
Like we're going to fight again here in the picture-in-picture. They're kind of already scrapping potentially. The Dragon is the focus. Impact just walking forward, creating all that space. Loki trying to threaten on the side, but he is marked by CoreJJ. Severing Bolt over the top, getting a little bit of chip down on Blaber and Thanatos. Zven trying to get some poke down onto Yeon, but he can't really find it. Now the Hex Flash is going to get channeled. Vulcan gets a 2-for-1 special, knocks him back to the base. Can they actually focus this down now? They're going to try to look to turn and burn. They do secure the Dragon. Now it's time to run. A great ulti there from Vulcan. Gets a bonus as Core Hex flashes right into it. And C9 still hanging on.
Cloud9 working some magic in the last couple of plays here. Seems like everybody's going to get out alive too, and Blaber's going to farm his jungle on the way out. They get the Dragon. They put a stop to what TL had been building there. Even though TL still have a massive gold lead for themselves, Cloud9 are rallying.
Yeah, Cloud9 not going down without a fight. And what a nervous moment there from UmTi, you know, getting picked off by the Baron. Flashbacks to that loss against Ezreal. Had that been a Baron, had that been the turnaround, it would have been devastating for him, but it was not. Impact is so hard to take down. Finishes another item now. They do, of course, have those upgraded boots coming through. For some members, you can see Yeon and APA have both elected to upgrade theirs, and Core has his in as well. Yeon sitting on 3 items. Third item on the way for APA. He sits on that verdant barrier, trying to stay safe from any potential hard engage. Really, that's the only way C9 win these fights, is finding those picks, so I think it's a really smart buy.
I think you should just have Impact doing the face checking.
Oh, Vulcan might be the one getting checked here, as he is spotted on the ward. Is going to get pulled in. Crash down forces the flash, and they are already on the Baron. Vulcan now low health, no flash, not going to be of much use in this fight. They have an idea that they're on the Baron. They definitely know it now. Core still lying in wait here as UmTi actually picks up the blue buff. Impact can kind of just tank this to infinity, and it's Yeon helping to damage it down. Blaber getting poked out a little bit as Thanatos trying to threaten on the side. Dodges out from the fear, though, coming in, and Loki now unspotted on the side. Lands the charm onto UmTi. UmTi gets chunked low. Will that be enough to push them back? Looks like it will.
Yeah, TL wasted a little bit too much time. They had a little power play while Vulcan was low and had to go back, but Cloud9, they're able to get back out. Now poked it down.
Gonna be put to sleep here. Tries to dash out with the clone. They're trying to cover. True Shot Barrage comes across both of them, and in comes Impact, and he slams them into the ground. 3 will fall. It's TL who are gonna own the Baron.
UmTi goes bowling, and UmTi hits a strike that time. This one's gonna be Baron for Team Liquid. And Deja can just continue to destroy. Mid-wave is already pushing. See if they even go for a reset afterwards, or how much they want to push during these death timers. Still 20 plus seconds on a lot of these death timers. Looks like the mid-wave will get collected by Loki, though, so TL will calmly take their reward and reset.
Yep, going to be able to look for the reset, and let's watch how it was all set up. What a beautiful start here to the fight from UmTi.
Yeah, all right, so Lillia bowling ball, and it's a nice little combo. The Hwei zones them, so they walk down. Good coordination between APA and UmTi, and the more devastating of the two is the Lillia ball when that one hits, because they immediately go for it. As soon as that thing hits, immediately Team Liquid know they have won the fight. Yeah. Biggest
Don't read those words. Yep. Don't read those lips. He said, "Great job, team. Keep it up."
Yeah. Let's leave it at that. Perfect. That's what it looked like to me, too.
Same. Yeah, exactly.
TL, though, this might be the victory lap. With the Baron buff, they can go straight towards Cloud9 territory. They're actually going to counter jungle on their way up to the top wave.
Blaber is going to be spotted out. Was looking for a flank angle, but he's caught out in an awkward spot. Impact potentially is as well. Will he have to use the ulti? Unstoppable onslaught used in retreat, but Blaber's put to sleep. Go to bed. It's back to the base for you as he is slept up and knocked down by APA. The push is on. They do have Ziggs here for some pretty good wave clear, but you're down a man. You're down 8,000 gold, and you're down the Baron buff. Loki trying to finish with that charm. Over the wall, can't find it. UmTi just looking to push forward and zone him off. 1 tower down already. The top lane is set up to knock down as well right after this.
Yeah, this one looks like it could be TL finishing the Cloud9 base. Impact has the Baroned up cannon wave in front of top tower. Rest of TL can just close on through. 2 inhibitors will fall very quickly, and now Cloud9 need a miracle. Blaber up in 8 seconds, will have his flash, will have his ultimate, and TL will play it safe. 2 inhibitors is enough. They won't give Cloud9 the opportunity for a miracle comeback.
Yeah, and they are sitting on a lot of gold, A quick count showed about 7,000 gold in pocket for TL as a team. So they decide, you know what? We have a scaling edge. We have control of the map. We're going to go back. We're going to buy up, and we are going to get back out on the map and try to finish this one off.
That's some discipline, and they know Spawn is watching, and Spawn will reprimand them if they overstay.
Disciplined dad.
And here we go. Now they find a couple of Cloud9 members in the brush. Can they chase them down?
Blaber is here as well. There goes Corin. Flash shattering strike. Vulcan's in trouble over on the other side, and he's going to take him down to the unstoppable onslaught from Impact. Knocks down Ziggs. Thanatos arrives, but we're into a pause at a critical moment here. It feels like TL are so close to claiming this. One member is already down, no, two members, excuse me, are already down, and two are literally being put to sleep right now by UmTi. We'll have to see what the issue is. Of course, if there was a bug leading into the team fight, that could change things, but if we continue forward as is, this is looking like it is a sealed deal for TL. Two members down, two about to go to sleep, and the base is wide open.
Yeah. All that's left for them would be a sprint down mid lane after they collected this other kill, but we will investigate. You can tell it's way easier to beat TL during this pause, though. UmTi's vibing, they're making jokes back and forth. They're like, all right, you know, we've
it's like, yeah, let's go Liquid. They are right. That's us.
You know what? Crowd is in their favor. Game state is in their favor.
Yeah, this one is looking all but over. Definitely would be a massive win here for TL to go forward, to go up against 100 Thieves. Best of 5 finals for the first ever LTA split here will be decided tomorrow. We will crown our first winner of the LTA split 1. We'll award the trophy. We will send one team off to first stand in Korea. That is coming up very soon as well. It starts in like 2 weeks, I think.
Yep.
We're heading out. We're going back home, and then we're flying out there in about 10 days, I think, after we land back in LA. So it's definitely a packed schedule for the teams at the top.
It certainly is. No kind of real break. You got to get back into practicing.
Prep right away.
Get over there. Honestly, get over there immediately. Get adjusted to yet another time zone and yet another fearless format for them. The format is very unforgiving, by the way. The fearless best of 3s at the beginning, and one region gets eliminated. Ooh, that is going to be an intense one.
It's cool. As long as it's not us, it's cool.
Yeah, cool.
It's cool, you know?
I have full confidence.
Full confidence in whoever we send.
Whichever representative goes over there.
Yeah, exactly. Just send any of our teams over there. They'll be great.
Can we send all of them?
Like a backup squad?
Let's group up.
Or like, are you talking about like a 20 player?
Yeah, we'll all load
20v5?
We'll all load it, yeah.
Yeah, the LPL will never expect that.
Exactly. We got to try some unconventional tactics.
That is unconventional. We'll see if we can find a loophole in the rule book. Did he really specify this? Does it really say it has to be 5 versus 5, you know?
I know no one's ever done it, but has anyone ever tried? Have we even asked before?
Have they been brave enough to ask the question?
Exactly.
You know?
If you never asked, I don't know.
Got to challenge convention every once in a while.
Maybe that's allowed. I'm getting an update.
Okay, so information being given to me. So Cloud9 has reported a bug. QC is investigating that. While we are waiting to find out if that was a game-impacting bug, meaning that might have to be rewound or something like that, we are just going to rewatch this last team fight so we can kind of set the stage once more. And then as soon as I have any additional information, I will, of course, give that to you viewers at home.
Do we call this a team fight, or do we call this murder? Because it seems like they found some Cloud9 members who had to scramble and run for their lives out of this brush.
Okay, so I'm not sure. Are we bug hunting here? Let's see what the potential bug is, maybe. This was the initial engage.
Do we have any clues what it would be?
Q-Flash, Crashdown, there's Severing Bolt. I have no clues. Is it that the bowling ball hit him or something? Or is it this?
Oh my god, this looks like so fun. Doesn't that look like a fun experience though? Just regardless of what went down, you just got skill shots coming from the left. You have CoreJJ, multiple abilities just spammed on top of your head, and then to end it all, this train impact comes out of right field.
Ouch.
And just runs into you.
And I didn't see any bug, but it doesn't mean that I couldn't have missed it, of course. So we are just still waiting for the
There was a lot of
updates.
bright stuff on Sven's screen.
Yeah.
And it was did not look like fun to play against.
No, it looked tough. I mean, he TP's in, kind of gets caught out. But obviously, very difficult position that they were in even prior to this fight, with the base cracked open, 2 inhibitors down. A massive gold deficit there. About 10,000 gold as it currently stands right now for TL. Of course, that is after a couple kills did go down. But TL potentially seconds away from winning this series here, assuming we don't have to roll back or anything like that. But TL has really done a lot to, I think, silence some of the questions, that have been posed about them. Has not been a perfect series from them, but definitely came in, I think, as the underdogs, myself included. I was looking at them as one of those underdogs, and I have to say, I think they've been a pleasant surprise here. They've really been able to kind of show up and show what they can do. Spawn has come back in with a squad, and I think they're looking a lot stronger than we've seen from them earlier.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is for sure. We saw instant improvements, honestly, with Spawn's arrival. And this series, some of the coordination that we've seen from the team. Yes, there was the one pickoff near Baron that, of course, you're immediately like, oh, get flashbacks and starts to
hear the choppers.
But it was just that one, so not nearly as devastating.
Especially that first game, I thought UmTi definitely played quite well.
Yeah. I think this game as well.
Yes, he definitely has.
I'm opening up the chat. And actually,
so we're going to watch this one more time. I've been given a theory. So the theory is that Vulcan's ult did not go off, but I can't really see him on screen right now. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be looking for that or something else. Let's see. Okay. So UmTi's in the air, but I didn't see what happened. So I didn't see how the ult actually happened. So because of course it's different if it's like a tap versus a hold. So let's see. Let's watch this one more time. Vulcan charges in. Oh. His ult just goes on cooldown. Or is that the spectator client bug? Honestly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, spectator client bugs are common. But since they paused it, I assume that maybe that is.
Because I didn't even see any ulti animation, so I didn't see anything there. But again, it's hard to tell. Because sometimes with the spectator client, if you watch to a replay and they rewind, the cooldowns stay on cooldown that were used.
But if that's what you were also...
Okay, here, we're watching it again. So the ulti is up.
I mean, if that's what we were looking for, it definitely instantly went on cooldown.
Yeah, I think he pressed ER. I mean, whether or not it would change the fight, I don't know. But yeah, it went on cooldown there, and I didn't see anything. There was no animation that came out, and it goes on cooldown. So that, to me, for sure looks like a bug. And we'll have to see what QC comes up with. Because, of course, you do have to investigate everything in these situations. But, whether or not it would have made the difference is really... very hard to say, because Zven was kind of dead on the other side and it didn't impact that. But we will find out what the result is, of course, here. And if we are going to be winding it back a little bit, or if we are going to be just playing out from this spot. Regardless, it is going to be obviously an incredible spot for TL. And I do believe, even if we were to wind back, they would be in a very, very strong position to take the game, because it still is that 9,000 plus gold lead. Multiple open inhibitors as well, and multiple dead inhibitors, I should say.
On pins and needles here. Edge my seat.
Yep. We'll keep you guys updated as soon as we do have it. But of course, they're discussing with players. You can see QC as well, letting them. Banshee, my R went to the void, so they're kind of discussing it. So,
yeah, so it is the Poppy ult.
Yeah, exactly. Did Lillia have Banshees? Yeah. So it was Poppy ER as the reported bug that I've had confirmed now from QC, from Vulcan. So that is what's being reported. That's what the assumption was, and that's kind of what we saw there. Whether or not it was a bug, honestly, we're not equipped to say. We just sit here, we just talk about it, and they're going to make the decisions.
Up here, honestly.
Yeah. And it's also one of those things that really you don't know unless you can see the pro view, which they have shadow play, which is like a recording of all the screens, so they can go back, they can watch and see every key press that the players made, as well as their full point of view. So they have all the information. They can watch that back. They can make a decision as QC. As obviously decisions in these important moments are very important to get right, regardless of the game state. You have to give the players the chance to play it out on a fair playing field. So we'll determine if that was a gameplay affecting bug. I mean, I'm honest, I just don't see the animation.
Yeah, it's hard because he was right behind the Lillia.
And there's a lot of visual stuff going on at the same time. But yeah, we're just waiting, and we will continue forward with this Cloud9 obviously coming out and fighting pretty hard in game number 1, but game number 2 was really where they have shone so far in this series. You know, Loki just looked incredible on the Aurora.
Yeah, and that was, you know, also like a very like high damage comp, and they needed some really good flanks to be able to win with that one, and he delivered and got them. And this time around, unable to get, you know, much at all of those types of plays. And TL with this comp, such a sturdy front line, such good long range DPS for backline, and a jungler that gets to power clear and has the clearing advantage here in a Lillia versus Wukong matchup, all kind of set them up for this type of control that we're seeing in this third game. And I think that the lane swap was very advantageous for them.
Oh, yeah.
Impact's experience lead actually turned into a lot of extra pressure that Blaber had to deal with, because Impact on weak side got to his level 6 first, went into the river, and chased Blaber off the, you know, the dragon that they were trying to get there too, and constant invade. So TL, I think a lot of work put in. So in these types of situations, I guess the hard part is keeping up your focus and your energy here for once we do conclude the investigation and get right back into it.
So we're going to bring the analysts in for a little chat, but I think we're going to be able to chat with them. So hopefully they'll let me know as soon as they can hear us.
What's up, chatters?
We can always hear you.
Hey!
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're always listening.
Really?
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Even when we're not on
I know,
broadcast?
That's
right?
creepy. I don't
I'm
like
pretty
that.
creepy.
I definitely don't want Raz always listening to me.
Can hear.
Raz will clip it. Raz will clip it and ship it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Raz just has a folder. He's just waiting, a blackmail folder.
I've been told that they can pull up the replay here, so
Okay,
I'm
here
in
we
the
go.
spec client. I
All right,
got
what's your
I got
theory?
the-
That's you, Jet?
This is me. So
Hey.
yeah, his ult, I'm pretty sure does go to Narnia. Like,
Yeah. All right. Give us the Jat investigation. Give us some nice slow
okay, so I'll show it at
zoom
full
in.
speed first. I'll show it at full speed first, because
It
I
looks
think we
like
have
you
time.
just ERs and then R doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
clearly on cooldown. And then, like, even when I go back, we have like 6 different eyes on this now. So, like, tell me at quarter speed, does it, because there's a lot of visual noise, but even at quarter speed, zoomed in, like,
No, I see no animation.
Now it's
Unless
all,
the,
yeah.
Yeah.
that looks like only the E animation.
Yeah,
Now
where's
I don't
it?
play enough Poppy to know if there's like, because on
Yeah.
some characters, if you press one ability then the other animation overrides it. So I don't play enough Poppy to actually speak to, you know, if you like press RE in the wrong order, then the E just, you know, like cancels it out. But to me, it does look like a bug.
it looks to me like even if the ER, like, you know how some abilities will shoot from the point of like where you start?
Yeah.
Like, but we don't even see the knock up here. And I think the argument that C9 will be making would be he's no flash. If we get him with the ultimate, that gives Blaber time to knock him up and gives
Loki can
Loki
flash
time to
in.
dash and charm.
Yeah.
And maybe he doesn't even get sleep off, because Sven's going to die no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is like a 10,000 gold lead. So to me, it's like right on the edge of like the referee having discretion to just say like, oh, play on, because it's not going to make a difference. But like 2 Drakes to 2, they just killed the jungler. You can make a pretty impassioned argument that maybe they could have played it out from here. So at the very least, I think we'll get a chrono break.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance. It's just hard to know because obviously we have this view here, but we don't have his key presses. So they have shadow play and they can actually see the inputs, right? Because there is a chance that you press R, and right as you begin channeling on R, you press E, it should cancel your R. I just think you would still see the animation.
Right. Well, here, no,
I don't really
he
know.
pressed E first, at least according to the game.
If he pressed E first according to the game, then to me, again, I'm more in the like feels like a bug camp.
Yeah, me too. And then pressed R here, kind of at that second. So even if, but airborne, that's from the E, not from the R, probably.
Yeah. You do go airborne when you get E'd while you're actually
and
in
when
motion.
you're ulted as well. So it's.
But
Personally, I think even if they get his ultimate,
I think they still lose.
Still lose. I think TL.
Yeah.
I think TL still win.
I mean,
I think they
Zven
kill
is
him.
dead, right? Like Zven is dead either way. So it's like if you lose Zven, and you know, even if they kill UmTi, I struggle to see how you win the fight. I think the argument can be made, and this is the argument that I'll be most in the camp of. The argument can be made that maybe the game wouldn't end. You know, that like, we wouldn't win this fight, but like we would trade 1 for 1 and then back off, and then we, you know, blah blah blah. And I could see, you know, making an impassioned argument for that, especially from the side of C9. But you know, these are really difficult decisions to make, right? Because, you know, if there is a bug, you then also have to make the determination, did the bug impact the game? Because a bug does not always necessitate like a guaranteed chrono break, right? Like they have to make sure that it is, you know, gameplay impacting, of course. In this case, probably would be that, but yeah. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough job. I don't envy the people's decision to make this, because players are going to be frustrated on either side, regardless of what decision is. You know, like if you're TL and they give a chrono break, you're frustrated. If you're C9 and they don't give a chrono break, you're frustrated, right? And it's just that's just the reality of these kind of things.
And I don't remember the last time a decision like this is going to impact so much. It impacts who makes the finals.
Yeah.
Like that is, you win that fight, like Team Liquid wins that fight, they're making a charge for the base. That's going to decide who goes up against 100 Thieves. Like I can't remember like a bug-based decision investigating this bug that has like this much stakes.
Especially because the game's over. Like if they don't chrono break, the game probably just ends right after this moment. And yes, it's unlikely that they win the fight, but you can get Ahri resets. You have the mid lane control at that point, so you could at bare minimum just run away and leave Thanatos to die. I think it was Kobe was saying like maybe the game doesn't end right there. So
I feel like the game not ending is enough of an argument though for it to have impact.
Yeah.
Because to Ezreal's point, if they make the argument that this would be impactful enough that they can't end the game, which could set us up for another advantageous fight that we could possibly win, despite being at a pretty ridiculous gold deficit at this point in the game. Will Ziggs die again?
No clue. We're not sure, says Vulcan. Almost surely, yes. And just taking a step back, how crazy of a series this is. I don't think anyone would have expected it to be going this back and forth, Team Liquid being this good, and also the crowd being as vibrant as they are. How's it over there, guys?
It's been amazing. You know, I wasn't sure, you know, would the LTA South fans be really excited for the matchups when the LTA South teams weren't here, but from everyone that I talked to who was working here, they were sure that the fans were going to show up, and it is completely full. Every single seat sold out.
Nice.
You know, the fans are showing up. They're buying jerseys for the North teams. They're having chants for the North teams posters. It's sick.
Yeah, to give you an idea, I don't know how long this pause has been going on, but we still have the entire front row standing up. They're still standing up during the pause.
Shout out to those
They're
guys.
not even sitting down. Like that, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They know that if it unpauses, Team Liquid's going to win at any moment.
He's so ready. He's so
They're
ready.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The celebration is ready as soon as they unpause.
Yeah, they're
It
just
sounds
trapped.
heavily TL favorite too.
We do have an update. So C9 has been offered and accepted a chrono break to, I believe it was 32:09, I believe was the time.
Let me go
Sorry,
check exactly what the game state is.
32:03. So it's
Investigator
32:03.
Jack.
So my guess, so generally when there's a chrono break, it's before any action commences. So it's very likely to be prior to the teleport from Zven would be my assumption. But of course we will see exactly that. And maybe we can actually pull up Zven.
I have exactly a 32:03.
Yeah, we can pull up
if you
Jack.
want to throw
Let's
on my
see.
screen.
So the teleport's already
He's
coming.
midair.
He's already
He's a Dragon Ball. He's going to be flying in.
But it looks
Wait.
like Thanatos is not TPing yet.
That's so
Yeah,
funny
correct.
though, because it answers the question of will Ziggs die?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Well, he
it
might,
is a
right?
dead ball
He might, he
state
might
because,
not,
like,
yeah.
if we look at when the TP completes, he can just walk away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is the most dead ball state you could do. They usually consider that, what, like 5 seconds before something happens?
Yeah,
So then
yeah, exactly.
This is when something happens,
Yeah,
5 seconds
damage.
after 32:03.
Because you can't unpause and have like
Yeah.
you know projectiles mid-flight and stuff. So it is going to be a couple seconds back, but we can also still see it's a 9,000 gold lead. Its
Yeah.
Impact, who has not been able to be killed a single time the entire game. You know, it's still an incredibly desperate spot for C9, but they will get one more chance to try to pull off a miracle, and we'll see if the players can kind of just collect themselves and you know focus up.
I can't wait to see right as we come out of the pause, Zven spam right-clicking back, and this is Ziggs just waddling out of there like, get me out of this river!
To your point though, Cody, that's usually what happens, right? Because
Yeah.
like a big team fight happens, a bug happens. Typically when we see a lot of these chrono breaks, as soon as it goes back to the dead ball state, suddenly everyone's scattering
back
like
away.
bugs, you know? Like you lift up a rock
Zven
and
is
they're
for
all like
sure
going
like, get me
everywhere.
out of here. I don't want that again.
But to Ezreal's point, this is a high-pressure moment for Cloud9. I mean, they're behind. They were favorites coming into this one. A lot of us, at least me and I think it was Raz, said 2-0. Everyone else had them favored to take the whole series.
I said 2-1. You called it out.
2-1? Sorry. There we go. There we go.
What the hell is this?
I own my else.
I heard Raz say 4-0.
I'm right there
which
with
is
you.
kind of crazy.
Oh my God.
But either way, this is going to be a high-pressure moment for this team to try and claw their way back. It would be a miracle to come back from this point.
Yeah, I mean, show of hands in all 6 of us. Who thinks Team Liquid's still going to win? Everyone probably puts up their hands, right?
I am putting up my hand right now.
I would put it at over a 95% chance that TL win from this state, right? Like, it feels like there's just no answer for Sion, which is such a problem because you have to fight through him. And you know, even when we saw that fight mid lane where there was 4 members, from C9 hitting Impact, and even at the end of the day, they still couldn't kill Impact. Like, they did get Yeon, but Impact literally lived in the middle of 4 people for like 40 seconds. Like, it's just so difficult, you know? So it would require some really big catches. I think like the only chance it ever happens is Yeon is in a bad spot and gets like Charm Flash 100-0 killed because he's playing Teleport, not Cleanse.
So there's a higher chance that C9 wins if the Chrono Break fails. I think that's their best chance. I know I'm being a super cynic here.
Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there.
I just want people to know what's at stake here. Like, this is to me the only suspense left.
Cheering for chaos.
This is the only suspense left in this series.
Jet doesn't have dinner plans. Jet wants to be here all night.
I guarantee you Team Liquid wins.
We are.
If the Chrono Break works, I guarantee you Team
We are
Liquid
kicking you out of the studio. I don't know where we're sending you.
I mean, I think TL fans are going to do worse than that if the Chrono Break breaks now. So I think he may need to stay indoors if the Chrono Break fails.
No, because if he stays indoors, he's stuck in here with us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'll beat him. I'll tell you right now. I have ample weaponry here. I'm looking for some right now.
I don't, but I'll shoot
respect your
Raz on.
commitment to it.
Yeah, you're ready to box Emily. I don't know if you can.
Oh, Raz would have kicked my butt.
Oh, he found a weapon. There's no cameras on Raz right now. Is that
Raz is holding some
found a really big hole?
giant pole thing.
I don't think the producers want me to
keeping the
find
cameras off for legal reasons.
You probably should. I don't know if you can hear banging in the background, but...
Can't prove anything with noises.
Okay.
It's going to be AI noises.
Yeah, exactly.
Raz is currently threatening Jet with
I'm
a
teaching
giant
a lesson
pole.
my parents taught me young, all right? I'm telling you right now.
Wow!
And that is to stay in school and be a good boy. I agree with that, Raz.
True.
Eat your vegetables, do your homework.
Yeah, the lesson is don't tempt fate by mentioning a failed Chrono Break.
Which, by the way, talking about tempting fate, Raz had the opportunity to flip-flop, and he didn't take it. Raz, that was your chance.
Well, nobody's allowed to flip-flop now.
Yeah.
You get zero credit for flip-flopping now.
Raz?
You
Now
actually
that
get
you mention
negative
it,
credit for flip-flopping now.
I think Team Liquid wins, guys. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
What do you think the maximum number of cups a player is allowed to bring on stage is? Because I think we're pushing it here.
Wait, I have a fun
With
anecdote
4 on
about
Zven
this.
and 4 on Vulcan.
I remember, I don't know if you remember the era of like bathroom breaks of ruining the LCS between us and EU LCS. And it got to the point where someone counted over 6 water bottles at G2 Tricks thing, and he drank all of them. And he kept having to go to the bathroom. So everyone,
Gotta be hydrated.
yeah, everyone was like, no more bathroom breaks. We limit the amount of water bottles.
It's funny you say that because Ezreal's going to go to the bathroom right now. Bathroom break.
I mean, like, Lag is not
Take
there.
advantage
Jan
of it,
just
you know?
got back.
I just reported him. He could hear that. He turned around. He turned. There's nothing he can do though. He's got to go now.
What are you gonna do, huh?
Chrono Break's almost done.
This is the second time we've outed Ezreal in one series.
For
That's
the
great.
past 2 years, we've been complaining about players staggering bathroom breaks, and
Yeah.
Ezreal
Oh my
is now a culprit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't
He
believe
can no
But
longer
this one-
complain when the players do it.
This one is not him being the cause. This is a
This is
symptom
true.
bathroom break. This is a symptom
okay.
of
Yeah. If we get back in, Kobe, are you ready to play-by-play? Do you think you can take over?
I am not. I'm kind of sick right now. So my nose is like runny.
Yeah, I heard you on the dive. Are you feeling better?
We're all good. But
Drink some tea.
luckily, it wouldn't be very long that I would have to play-by-play for. I don't
true.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I think
mean,
we could.
over under without that fight. 3-minute game?
Yeah.
3-minute.
I'm
Team
actually
Liquid
looking
wins?
behind me now in the studio. They're loading up a whole bunch of fans for some TL content. I think I see the TL. Ben is up there.
Okay.
Okay, we have even more people cheering and standing than usual, and we got a little interview going on too.
With the
Incredible.
with the earlier series, Kobe, FlyQuest 100 Thieves, was it more in the favor of FlyQuest or 100 Thieves for the fans? Do you remember?
I mean, that one was pretty heavily Blippo because of his mom and everything. Oh, here we go. Now we get a picture.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So I'd say that one was FlyQuest, and this one is TL favored.
Yeah, and if TL wins, closes this out, surely there'll be the majority of fan support tomorrow in TL versus 100, because I don't see many 100 Thieves jerseys there, if any.
Yeah.
I see a few FlyQuest
But how
jerseys
can you
still
not be
there.
a fan of Sniper? Okay, he's winning
It's
him
true.
over.
They were booing. They booed C9 when they walked on stage. It
was-
was TL
yeah.
fans.
Let me tell you, they've been booing, they've been booing everybody.
Do you think the guy with the Jackie Love jerseys in the crowd right now?
I haven't seen him yet, but I wouldn't doubt it.
We need to give him a Yeon jersey. We need to convert him over to our side.
Yeah.
I've got a
I
question
think it's
for
going
you,
to be
Kobe.
pretty hard. You are going to have to like pry the Jackie Love jersey out of his hands. Good luck with that one. He is definitely a Jackie super fan.
What is your funniest story being in Brazil so far? If you have one.
Oh, I cannot tell it on air. we have a really funny story from the first day that we got here, but there's no way. Dude, Raz is trying
Well,
to
I'm glad you brought it up then, Kobe.
Raz is trying to
now you're
collect
just
more.
teasing us.
Yeah. I mean, there was one really funny story that happened, and that's the only one, and we can not say that one.
Come on,
We
you're
can,
teasing us.
let's make a Mad Lib out of it.
You're teasing us.
Give us an
no.
adjective. Hey, are the players back? I think I saw Blaber back, right?
So my question
Kobe sold
now
me
is,
out.
how much time do we have, and can I go to the bathroom?
Nope, too late, buddy.
Changing
locked
bathroom
in.
break.
Dang it.
You guys cannot allow that. Producers cannot
Producers
allow
told
that.
me I
Yeah.
can, so
Okay.
Producers, what's the chrono break ETA?
Oh,
There we
hello
go.
there.
Kobe's
I was just in there.
Wow.
we can only have one caster
Kobe,
at the desk at a time.
Don't you
until
duck
the
under
chrono
that
break's
camera.
ready.
You walk in front of that camera like a man. He's trying to limbo it. Oh, you can see that. You can see his dad.
On camera.
You can see his
Oh my
nose.
god.
That guy's gonna
almost pulled it
reignite his back.
Yeah, wait. He's sick and now he's gonna re-aggravate his injury.
Yeah, I'm the only one on this trip from the LTA North squad that didn't actually get sick. I was the last holdout here.
It's because you're
The flowers.
responsible, Ezreal. It's because of all the spinach green drinks you have.
That's true, exactly.
Yeah, but
I'm
Kobe
gonna
also
credit that.
drinks those.
Well, I didn't know that.
Raz, you want to ask Azale the question you asked Kobe?
True. Now, Kobe couldn't answer this question for whatever reason. He was unwilling to. What has been the funniest experience so far being in Brazil?
Funniest experience. I don't know. I don't really have an answer to that right off the rip. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think
He
of.
must not have been with Kobe on day one then.
That's true. Apparently, Kobe had a story that he just could not tell.
For ambiguous reasons. Can't tell it.
No, it's probably because it was inappropriate. Let's not lie here.
Absolutely.
Oh, I told one on the dive. I can tell this that was actually like just some of the fans and stuff. There was obviously some of the fans were like really into the booing and everything. And when TL played last time, so we're in the caster booth, and the caster booth is soundproof, and then you have your headphones, which are also like these soundproof headphones.
Yep.
And I could literally hear in the booth with the door shut, with the headphones on, one of the fans screaming so loud at TL after they lost the game, you know, like just like going in. And he was right at the ropes, like leaning over, popping off at APA, and it was.
Oh my God.
I was like, you know what? All right, respect. That guy has some pipes on him.
Respect, honestly. What the hell? I need
I don't know
a
if you
voice
guys
like
heard
that.
as well. But there was also, everyone was in here singing, and I don't know if you guys got to hear that on your end as well. I know they were showing it, I think, on stream, but when I was walking back, the whole crowd, they were like leading them in chants, and they were singing and stuff. So
that's
even
awesome.
during the chrono break, like the energy and the vibes in here are fantastic. And No one is leaving early. Everyone's staying in for the full games. Tons of people have their posters out. And you can see on stream, this is their co-streamer setup where they have some of their co-streamers hanging out with the stage right kind of behind them in the background. So definitely a cool setup here in the former CBLOL, now LTA South studios.
That's cool. I know week 1, there was all the pre-game stuff. There were people barbecuing. They had the drums out there. Did you see any of that for today?
Yeah, and I know they've had a lot of stuff. They kind of like to do their tailgate situation kind of outside before the games, which has definitely been really cool.
That's awesome.
A couple of us got to go to one of the local Sao Paulo games for Palmeiras, which is their one of the local football clubs. And that was really cool as well, getting to see kind of the football culture down here and obviously how popular that is. And you can see kind of a lot of the carryover in how they, watch the league and cheer for league and esports and stuff too.
That's so cool.
It's really cool seeing them bring in, the fan chants and the songs. And they don't have drums inside the studio. It's not allowed. But they have all the thunder sticks and they kind of like recreate the same songs and the same beats and stuff with it, which is definitely really cool.
Yeah, I'm taking notes, man. Trying to hype up the crowd here. We're gonna have a live crowd tomorrow.
Our game. We're gonna have to step up our game in the north.
We have to cheer tomorrow from the studio as well, and my goal is to try and get our crowd to at least hit the same volume level. Now, I have been told I'm allowed to give away a bucket.
Your mustache.
I might push it to multiple buckets.
That's not his anymore.
But I'm at least going to give away a bucket.
But
so that always gets the crowd going.
Of your mustache.
Well,
Yeah,
apparently,
give away your
yes,
mustache.
Rez. Apparently, that is happening because in your terms, I'm being sacrificed. Public execution for the mustache.
100%.
I think that we should actually have Raz pull one hair at a time out of the mustache.
We never said how we're going to tell this.
That sounds worse than like waterboarding.
That does.
That's horrible.
That sounds awful.
We could make the whole
There's a lot of
30-minute
hairs on
pre-show
there.
about that.
That could just no.
We don't know how long we're going to
People
be
are
here
sick of
for,
that bit
okay?
anyway.
That's true.
Not fun.
Yeah.
No, that sounds horrible. How many hairs do you think you have in your mustache, Genghis?
Oh, thousands, easy. Have you
This is
seen
like
it?
one of those guess the number of jelly beans
full.
games.
Yeah. If you guess the hairs in the mustache, you win the mustache.
And then we're gonna shave it and count every hair.
Yep.
And we'll
You're
figure
gonna get
out
on
who
that,
wins.
right? You gave me a thumbs up. Yeah.
I would like to do a poll in chat. How many hairs do you think are in Kangas' mustache? And we are going to count the hairs after we shave it off, and then we'll award
To the closest hairs.
Yeah, I'm promising a lot of stuff right now.
We're not there, so you
mustache.
guys.
They get to keep
We're the idea people. You have to
Kobe, since
execute.
it's your poll, we'll shave it and save it for you, and you can count when you come home.
Okay, yeah.
It'll be good suspense.
The preserved mustache. Well, let's see if that gets some traction. There's some weird things that auction off for good prices.
I was just gonna say, I gotta be honest, I'm not counting it. I'm putting that on eBay and see what we can get.
Oh God.
Somebody out there is really gonna like that.
It's a niche market, but there is a market.
Put it in a vial. Yeah, somebody
Hey,
wants it.
all I'm saying is
Wait,
that
can
no
we
one
get a
has to know
visual?
the truth.
The fans
the
need some
mustache?
updated info on Kangas' mustache. So
On the
they-
mustache.
I can
stand
see some
somewhere
guys.
Go
that's
stand in front of the
light.
camera.
I
Go
can
stand
go
in front of the camera.
Well, we need lighting on it. Here we go.
Use this. There's no one on the jib. Use one of these straight cameras.
One of the straight cameras? All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
We'll try it out. I don't know if the lighting's going to be good enough.
I don't think we have people in position at the moment, but
Yeah.
Kangas is standing
I'm
in
ready.
place for the rest of the
I'm
segment.
giving the face and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we
here
go.
We do.
Now
we
there's
do.
lighting on it.
Here's the jib.
Oh, your final day of having this thing.
I feel
There we
like
go.
the Team Liquid is in the focus. Maybe we need to back up.
Oh no!
There we go.
close up.
We're
Close
good.
up, close up. Ooh.
This is it. Soak it
That's
in,
a
everybody.
big mustache.
It's the last
Yeah.
time you're going to see it.
It's
a lot
solid.
of
about
hair.
3 months.
We can
All
do
I
it right
think
now.
of
I
is
can poll.
the Pringles can.
Go for one. See if you can
the
get
guy
one.
in the Pringles can.
Oh God.
No,
I'm
don't
kinda
pull it
curious.
out.
He's allowing it.
Are you counting or are you pulling?
What is he doing?
I didn't even feel that. Did you get it?
Oh, I don't know.
You didn't even get
It
it.
didn't work.
Wait, that sounds like a challenge,
You
Raz.
can't- It knows it wants to be there. Raz, I think the razor's going to break when you try and do it. Oh, we're going again? Okay.
One more.
This
You're
is.
gonna let him do
God.
that?
What are we
I can't
doing?
believe this is happening.
I can't do it. I actually can't
You
do it.
can't
do it?
I'm
It's
not strong
possible.
enough. I'm not strong
You need
enough.
to go work out.
I've been shamed.
Iron
Well, you got
mustache.
to work on that grip strength.
I don't wanna hear that from
Did I
Emily.
leave one of the
You
grippers
really
here? I think
shouldn't want
I
to
did.
hear
Oh my
from me.
God.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely
That
the
was
weakest
the
physically.
wildest thing to
Everything
watch.
comes
I
back
don't
to the
know.
grip strength with Kangas.
Everything
Sure.
does.
Does
You know,
Raz
Azale's
now
about to
lose
have
the
a
bet,
brand.
though? Because Raz can't pull a single hair out of his mustache.
What the hell? Why
I
are
think
we
Raz
adding
kind of
to the-
loses now. So
Why are we adding to the bet?
You know what? I think you're right. Let's meet in the middle. We'll still shave it, but you still have to grow yours. I want to see it. The people demand it.
I do like that they're showing a lot of Cloud9 representation here too. Even though the TL fans are in force and they're loud.
Look at the face paint.
The Cloud9 fans have made custom shirts. They made custom cards, face paint.
Custom faces.
Yeah, and that guy's got a mustache over there, so.
The winner of the poll is 3,000 hairs.
3,000? How do you have a poll for
Wait,
that?
what were the options?
Oh, we're going back in the game. Oh my God, there's a triple kill already for Yeon. I think that's just gonna do it. It's a quadra kill for Yeon. And it looks like it's an ace, and I guess we're just walking down mid lane, and just like that, TL are gonna seal the deal, knock down C9. APA was on his feet, cheering, and they are marching on the next. It's not gonna make you TL fans wait even a second longer. You may have doubted them, but doubt them no longer. TL puts their ticket to the finals. They'll be playing 100 Thieves tomorrow.
Wow. Just like that, it's over. Instantaneous, right up the middle, quadra kill. And TL really did deserve this one. That was very well controlled from them. They brought Spawn over, flew him out immediately after their previous series. They locked in. They certainly locked in versus Cloud9. And they're going to have to lock in tomorrow versus 100 Thieves, as you say.
It's going to be a really good one. Take their bow, a well-deserved win there. They had to wait a little bit longer than they would have liked to, but got back in game, sealed the deal, closed it out, and made no doubt about it. This game started dominantly, finished dominantly. The fans are loving it. TL soaking it in.
And as far as that finals is concerned, in our second round, we did have the matchup with TL and 100 Thieves, and 100 Thieves won 2-1. So this is going to have to be more revenge for TL if they want to keep up their momentum. But here's another look at when we resumed play coming out of the pause.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just resumed out of the pause. Analyst Desk will explain it for you guys, but essentially the chrono break did not work. And as a result of the chrono break not working, because of the game state, it was not going to be, a full remake, because obviously there was a massive, massive advantage for TL. So because of that, it is just a resume. I'm explaining that only because we were watching this on camera, and it would be a little bit confusing if you thought, hey, the chrono break, and then the exact same thing happened to Zven. So that is the deal, the gist of it as I have it. The Analyst Desk will definitely give you any additional info as they have once we toss it back over to them shortly. It's definitely...
so my takeaway is that Jat did successfully curse it.
He did.
But then they foiled him.
Yeah.
Because they didn't remake the whole game, as he assumed they would. They just resumed out of the pause.
Exactly. Well, it was a 6-game day. It was a long one. Thank you, all of you who stuck with us the whole day. We're joining together and Lau on stage with CoreJJ for an interview.
Minha primeira pergunta é, vocês fizeram muito conteúdo conversando com a comunidade brasileira, aprenderam músicas novas também. Como tem sido estar em contato com essa galera e ter tanto apoio da torcida aqui na arena?
You guys made a lot of content and learned some Brazilian songs this weekend. So how is this experience to talk with the Brazilian community and having the support of the fans here?
I mean, especially today, I was very amazed. I didn't know which team's fans are more, but definitely there was more Team Liquid fans are here. So we could play more confidently.
Ele falou que ele não sabe exatamente as dimensões disso, mas é que ele acha incrível que os fãs brasileiros estejam apoiando a Team Liquid e que ter eles aqui gritando no dia de hoje foi esse fator extra para que eles dessem mais no Rift.
Vocês chegaram nessa fase Américas como o Seed 4 da LTA Norte. Chegar nessa final prova que a Team Liquid voltou ao topo?
You guys are the 4th seed in North America and does reach this final proof Team Liquid is back on top. Yes, you guys are the 4th seed in North America and reach the finals proof Team Liquid is back on the top.
I don't think we are even doing our best play yet, but I guess we won, and then we have a lot of room to grow there, and we'll improve.
Ele falou que eles ainda têm muita margem de crescimento e que ele fez uma autocrítica à performance deles no stage, mas que eles ainda têm uma margem de crescimento muito grande até essa final.
No último jogo que vocês tiveram contra 100 Thieves, eles saíram com a vitória. Então, como está a expectativa para o jogo de vocês de amanhã?
In the last game with the both teams, Team Liquid and 100 Thieves, 100 Thieves won, and how do you expect for the finals?
Yeah, I mean, I thought 100 Thieves improved a lot from last year, but I didn't think they could beat the FlyQuest like this convincingly. This team is good. They won against FlyQuest. We cannot underestimate them. They also beat us last time. We're gonna revenge it.
Ele falou que basicamente a 100 Thieves melhorou muito desde o último ano e que o jogo contra, apesar de que eles não se viu refletido no jogo contra a FlyQuest.
Uau, muito obrigada pela atenção. CoreJJ, thanks very much for this interview. E agora a gente fica no aguardo da grande final que acontece amanhã.
Give me mic.
CoreJJ trying to slip in a plug at the very end there, I think. Thank you, Core, for that interview. Congratulations to Team Liquid on the win. Just want to close the book on the pause as well to explain what happened to everyone watching. So there was the bug investigation. The bug was confirmed. They were offered Chrono Break. The Chrono Break tool doesn't always work.
Yeah.
And it did fail. But luckily, there's ambiguity that the ref has in the rule set that he can decide what's most fair. And in this case, he said because it failed and Team Liquid was so far ahead, there we go.
Yep.
We're just going to continue to play the game. That's why it ended so quickly rather than doing a full remake and having the whole game be played again. So, you know, even though it took a long time, I think ultimately they did end with what was probably the right outcome. We were all agreeing the Team Liquid was most likely winning that game, even if you pulled it to a dead ball state. So disappointing slow end of the series. And we also have APA and Spawn from Sao Paulo that'll be joining us right now.
Yay! Congrats!
Energy level's probably higher 30 minutes ago, but how are you feeling now after the win, guys?
I mean, first of all, I'm probably going to butcher this, but I just want to say El Chiamo Brazil and Obrigado Honda. We're feeling very, very good, I think. In the coaches' room, we're a little bit more chill. I think the players on stage were a little bit uncomfortable because like 5 of them wanted to go to the bathroom. But it was a rough end to the series, but I'm really happy with how we played.
How did it feel, APA? I saw you at the end standing up, like just going through the series. The split was like difficult for the team as a whole. How did it feel to be able to know that you now have notched your place into the finals?
I mean, I always make it to the finals, so it wasn't really a surprise to me. I just found it funny. We waited like 30-some minutes just for the game to end with the UmTi's Lillia sleep at the very end.
Yeah, that was a crazy way for the series to go, but it was well fought. I gotta say, and I'll own up to it, I think a little bit of underdogs coming in. We heard Yeon talking about that. First time coming in kind of as underdogs felt good. What did it feel like for you? Did you feel like you were the underdogs coming into this series?
I think C9 was a good team, but personally, I don't think we've ever lost to them. Like, this team hasn't lost to that team, so I didn't view as underdogs.
At the beginning of the day, Spawn, you talked about how what you really wanted to do in flying in, like being with the team in person, was to make sure that you weren't focusing as much on mistakes as you were what the team does well. So I wanted you to get into like, what do you think the ultimate strength of Team Liquid is?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, right, anyone that knows me knows that I'm the negative presence in the room. So then when I left, I expected the team to be so happy. And then, like, apparently everyone just decided to take my role as a negative person. So, like, Core calls it the common enemy theory. Like, the players need a common enemy, which is me, so that they all get along with each other. So, but genuinely, I think what we do really well as a team is we decide when we want to fight. And then when we fight, especially in the early game around objectives, I think we fight relatively well. I think when we're winning games, that's like how the game goes. If we want to trade, like in game 1, we just give Impact a full top lane turret. He goes 1,300 gold up. But I think that what we were doing in the past is we were just fighting everything. We weren't choosing our fights. And when you don't choose your fights, you can't fight well. I think potentially we got in a little bit of our own head. You know, maybe people are reading Reddit or something and being like, Team Liquid can't team fight. And it's like, well, no, you should just take good fights. And when we take good fights, we win them. And that's good enough for me. You know, we want to split taking good fights. We went undefeated last summer for 3 months. I think you all forgot like how good we were. And if we get back there, I don't think anyone in the region will really touch us.
That's going to be fun to watch tomorrow. I got to ask, though, about the Yeon reaction in Game 1. I know it's going back a bit. He killed Zven on Corki and had this reaction on cam, which then we saw your reaction to the reaction.
Nah, I don't know what that is, to be honest. Maybe I'll have to chat to the guys, but I've never seen it before in my life.
We'll be doing that a lot tomorrow. Don't worry.
So that was unprompted because I thought it was
No, it was definitely
something from
prompted.
Scrim.
They're not that coordinated.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on?
Oh my God. APA, you're going to be playing against Quid tomorrow. Like, I feel like you guys have that banter or like a kind of relationship since last year. How does it feel going to be going up against him?
It's going to be really fun. I think Quid's a really good player, and like, I would like to consider myself friends with him. We do chat a decent amount, so it would just be fun to face him in the finals as a friend.
And both mid laners played insane today, right? You see Quid on that Victor game, his movement's just like insanely clean. I think Ian completely smurfed on Loki today, so it should be a really fun mid lane matchup.
All right, AP, I got one more question for you because you are also a mustachioed brother, and I gotta say it looks great on you. How long are you committed to the mustache? Everyone's been wondering. Is this a permanent thing? Is this just your look now?
Yeah, there's going to be 2 more tomorrow. They're multiplying.
Oh, what?
How?
Spawn and Swiffer are both going to have mustaches tomorrow.
Okay.
Whoa.
I love it. I love it.
All right, looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. Rest up.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
2 more.
Yeah. But you're losing yours.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm paying it forward. Yeah.
Paying it forward. Player of the series for the series today. Series 1,
Drum roll.
Sniper.
Ooh.
Series 2, Yeon. Yeon is cleaning up.
He is.
He's the impact of this year.
He actually is. He actually is. Yeon has just been on the ball every series. It feels like every series you're like in the back of your head, it's like, okay, it's a Yeon series. And the focus that he's had to be able to do this throughout like some of the bad games, the good games, has been, I think, tantamount to the focus that he's had and the progression that he has as a player.
And by contrast, Sniper came into this matchup, again, like heavily Bwipo favored, right? Like FlyQuest did such a great job the last time they had met of keeping Sniper down. So to have him come out and win Player of the Series for today is really impressive.
Is it, 1-7, I think was their head-to-head record? That's crazy.
Bwipo Sniper,
Bounce
yeah.
back, Sniper, he's back, baby.
Now it's 3-8. Totally different.
It's different. It's a new day.
Look, that's 2 more wins.
It is.
Than
3 times the wins that he had before. Let's check in with our Kia Most Fearless leaderboard. As a reminder, this is the most unique champions played by a Northern player throughout the split. At the start of the day, we had a 3-way tie for first. Now it looks to be a 5-way tie up at the top with 9 unique champions. Reminder, though, Busio, he can't play anymore. Neither can Zven. So it looks like it's likely to be Yeon or Impact if they can pull out another pick in that best-of-5 series, or if someone from 100 Thieves can sneak up, because we know Quad quit sitting at 8.
Okay,
that's what I was going to say. I feel like Quid is also just lurking right behind because he did repeat champions today in his match for the first time. But I feel like there's a whole host of 100 Thieves players who are just like lying tied at 8 that could also overtake it, especially in a best-of-5 Fearless.
Yeah, but Yeon, shout out again, 80 carry player. He was tied with the mid laners, and now he's still tied at 9 champions. That's crazy.
He's running out of picks. Here's the bracket that we have as well to remind people what we have seen, and also a reminder that this final series is best-of-5.
Yes.
Deep sigh. Please be more than 3 games. I need to see a game 4 or 5 series Fearless for the LTA.
No,
Raz,
do that.
We've had too many curses today.
That's true.
100 Thieves for Team Liquid.
Team Liquid. I've seen this series
Y'all
before.
expected this, right?
I have, but I got both of my predictions wrong today.
Same.
Yeah.
So Kangas was the only person with a single correct prediction today with the 100 Thieves 2-1.
You were a part of
Isn't
a
that
100
weird?
Thieves versus Team Liquid series.
And he's the one. No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was after I left. They got swept. That's it for us. Happy days. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific for 100 Thieves vs. TL. Now let's send it over to Titan's stream.
Coming in as the #1 seed from LTA North, 100 Thieves looking to prove the doubters wrong that are still thinking that FlyQuest is the top dog.
Whoa, just block the Seoul. Wait, head this on the weekend, baby. I'm watching. Nice on it. Nice Bwipo. Nice Bwipo.
Thank you very much.
Nice Bwipo. Something on TB. Okay. Go next game.
This was domination, start to finish. FlyQuest really gave 100 Thieves no chances at all.
Kai'Sa flash stealer is getting. Kai'Sa no ego flash. I will kill him, I think.
Nice one.
Nice.
And she cleanses as well.
That's all I can do, guys. That's all I can do.
Oh.
It looks good. It looks good.
Help Kai'Sa.
Ivy. Look at you. Look at you. Peach. Nice. Nice band. We can have yeah. Jack's left side. Jack's TP left side. Jack's TP left side.
Oh, I got fucked a bit. And Bev is like standing there. And Bev don't flash walk into us. Can we hit her? I can't help, okay? All you.
I will.
GG, baby girl! Ladies and gentlemen, 100 Thieves take FlyQuest down. They're going to finals tomorrow.
This is going to be exciting, and again, it's feeling like a home game for Liquid here in Brazil.
Because TL have been the team that everyone is looking at.
I'm looking. Chippy, orange, but he has flash. Yeah, Cookie. He has flash, okay? Yeah. Chippy on his face. Nice. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Deep front.
I'm going to the flash.
Go for it.
I'm going to the flash. I'm going to the flash.
Ajin in the wing has flash.
I can go forward.
We can go forward.
1-0 TL off of a really strong start.
Circle engines out. They're too low. We go forward.
Yeah, we came in. I'm going up.
Yeah.
Kai'Sa.
We can hit the bottom. Doesn't matter. Okay, go bottom. I'll take down so again. I'm so good at this game. W. Do it first. Let me last hit.
Yeah. Wait, guys.
Oh, this one.
Okay.
I'm looking Sion side.
I'm looking.
They're too low already.
Go. 10 minutes. Aatrox so flash.
Yeah.
I hit some. We go better now.
You may have doubted them, but doubt them no longer. TL punched their ticket to the finals. They'll be playing 100 Thieves